I feel like there's a double-edged sword here where C9 is better at playing from behind, but they're also more likely to throw. Like,
Yeah.
especially Perkz, and then TL is clean and smart and calculated, but it's also bad in a way, because I don't know if they're gonna make a creative play the whole game. It feels in these kind of matchups, C9 has to go for an impossible play.
I agree with you, because dude, even in their last matchup where TL got so ahead, it was still fun to watch C9 because it's like they were finding plays, like they were getting trades despite being like 10k gold down.
Maybe that is just the X factor that Perkz brings to the team.
That's how people should play. It's
But
also
I mean,
fun
that's
as
like
fuck to
so
play
it's
and
so
watch
simple
that.
to say that, but it's so hard to do because your players have to know how to make a play from behind. And wow, like that takes years of development, I think.
I think one of the biggest things is just being comfortable being behind. I think a lot of players get extremely uncomfortable if they're like down golden XP to their counterpart.
Yep.
And I think it's just a mentality that like the faster you can get over that, the faster you can actually improve. I mean, it just comes down to like that whole like, you know, jungle gap, top gap, AD gap, like the dumb shit people say in solo queue. It's like just because their person is ahead of you doesn't mean they're playing better than you. It's just like how it is.
I think having unshakable confidence in your skills just means having your opponent, that is true confidence. Being able to be behind and knowing that you'll still be able to have a game impact, right? Like you're such a better player that even if you're down in gold, you can play comfortably and you can still play well. I don't know, that's just something that you need to build up in yourself way more. It's nothing your teammates can ever help you with. Even if your teammates say it's okay, man, don't worry, don't get tilted, like, you know, we'll come back. Like that, it has to come from inside. Like, that sounds really troll, but like, it has to come from you first.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's very well put. Just knowing you're going to be okay is, no matter what happens in the game,
Yeah.
very good. Oh, dude, actually, Sven picked Caitlyn.
This is actually a banger already. I literally was talking about how he's never been able to play this champ, and actually, I'll tell you guys that, you know, here and there, when Caitlyn was meta, I did see Sven's Caitlyn in solo queue, and it's not bad mechanically, but I do think he has really similar to what we're talking about, a mental block when it comes to playing Caitlyn. And I can tell when his playstyle totally shifts, when like he makes a mistake. If he dies one time, he starts, this is like my like weird analysis, but like I think he pressures himself to play this perfect game where he wins lane, carries the game, never dies. Basically, he just cannot ever die. That's the best way I can put it. If he dies one time, I think he stops playing aggressively. But mechanically, Sven's still top notch. I think he can pull it off.
I think Kate does lean to that. Like, it feels pretty fucking bad if you get behind, but it doesn't have to. Like,
yeah.
Obviously she's snowbally, but you can still like use your traps, use your range.
Of course. Also, Caitlyn versus Tristana, it's borderline unplayable for Tristana. So,
I remember in the past it was like that for sure.
Yeah,
I could see that because you can't really jump on her.
No, you cannot.
I think this draft definitely is like what you'd expect from Liquid. Like, they've got fairly strong laners in all the lanes, like pretty safe for the most part too. Nothing like too volatile.
Yep,
I mean, this bot lane matchup, I'm not too familiar with it, but you know, it's still like meta champs on both sides.
I think the best part about TL's draft is, like you said, it's exactly their style. 2 tanks, core on engage, Santorin on a hard tank, triple backline champs or like triple carry threat, and then Jensen is playing control mage, which after seeing his Lucian and his Yone, I'm really glad that he's back on Ori. I think it's funny that C9 went for this crazy draft yesterday and now they're just playing a traditional comp today.
I do like seeing C9 play different styles, and I think this game will honestly be a really good test for like where C9 is, because on paper, when you look at this matchup, this should be a kind of game that TL is more comfortable in, right? Like, you know, everyone being on meta champs, having, you know, pretty good scaling, but I think it's going to be on C9 just to see like how they can do with that, because I imagine based on this draft, C9 is just going to hard play through bottom side.
100%. If C9 can beat TL at their own game, it really shows that they're a great team. If you can beat teams at their strength, it feels hopeless. It's like, man, this is the one thing we're supposed to be good at. When you play with Jensen, did he have a big focus on mid jungle 2v2? I think that might be one thing that Jensen always overlooks.
He didn't really, like, Jensen was kind of funny with that, where like if he got ganked, he would be like upset that like he was chunked out and pushed back a bit. If I ganked for him, he would be like upset that now he's down in XP.
Only the negatives, huh?
Yeah, like the negatives for himself rather than like the trade.
Yeah, it has to be good objectively for one side. Usually it's better to get
it,
chunked. Obviously, damage is great. Because Jensen played that way in the past, and then he played with Xmithy, who they didn't really have a big focus on like winning mid jungle 2v2. I think it's like so interesting. Now he's with Santorin, Once again, their mid jungle 2v2 is total shit. Early game at least. Maybe it's fine later. And then C9 is
Yeah.
one of those teams that notoriously just plays through mid. I mean, they're the best team maybe in LCS at playing through mid. So
That's true, which is interesting because Santorin, one of the things I always noted playing against him is like he's very good at ganking mid. Like he always finds good timers and angles to come from mid ganks. But yeah, I mean, I never really thought about that with Jensen, but like he's very good at like his 1v1 laning.
exactly.
But when it comes to like, I guess
wow.
the synergy with jungler.
Did you know that Gragas can do that? I did not know that.
I mean, I don't think you necessarily want to do that, but I guess you can.
People do this double Gromp pull because Gromp gives you a ridiculous amount of healing. Actually, that's one thing about bot lane that is pretty cool right now. If you're red side bot lane and you're losing lane, you can just... Oh, great trade. Yeah, you can just run and do Gromp and it heals you half HP. Little pro tip for AD carries out there. If your support tanks it,
Lap hit it
obviously.
from your jungler, easy.
Yeah, comes just steal it from your jungler real quick.
Yeah, geez, free sustain and golden XP. Like, what's no downside? How do you feel about QSS versus Skarner? Because
I hate it. Okay, like this is my opinion. If you are positioning so bad that you need QSS to just play against Skarner, you gotta rethink like your skills as a player, man. Skarner has one play, flash ulti. It's not like his ulti is a really long range ability, anyways. So everyone just randomly buying a QSS so that they are not the target of a flash ulti just tells me you don't know how to position. So for example, if Sven goes QSS this game, I'm going to just say, how bad are you at positioning where Skarner is ever going to be able to pull you in the first place? You don't even want to walk into his flash ulti range, even if you do have a QSS. So like, why would you like buy that item? I get really annoyed when people buy it and like 5 people buy QSS because then you're just permanently down 7k gold.
Yeah, okay, so we're definitely on the same page there because I honestly think you get more value out of the Skarner pick when the other team does that. Like,
yes, yes.
It's, like, sure, Skarner is not going to be able to grab anyone, but like, who gives a shit? You're not going to be able to do damage to anyone.
It's
like,
the anti-Ornn, dude. Instead of making your team ahead in gold, you just put the enemy team down like 7k.
Yeah, dude. I feel like maybe one QSS on like a super important target is fine, but like when I see 5, like when I see fucking mages, supports rushing that shit, I'm just like, god damn, dude, like what are you doing?
Yeah, you really need to go into a team meeting and somebody needs to slap some sense into the rest of the team because it's like this like buy QSS against Skarner craze is ridiculous, especially when QSS has no value against anybody else on the team. It's like extra bad. I don't know, man.
I mean, it's not just the gold, but like you delay your items as well.
Oh wow, Fudge is holy fucking shit. What? Ours looking kind of broken, guys.
Ooh, Alfari's so good, dude.
I know.
Every top laner says it, just like
yeah.
The way he trades in lane and shit.
You rarely see Alfari get out traded, and you also just rarely see him getting pressured.
Dude, the other thing that's insane to me about him is his CS numbers are always so fucking high. Like, I feel like he doesn't miss farm.
Yeah,
he literally just does not miss it.
It is in a way how I felt against Uzi, which is it's pretty unhealthy actually. It's one of my bad habits. I have an internal clock of how many CS I missed the entire game. Not the entire game, maybe for the first 10 minutes, right? So I'll say I'm like -6 or whatever. When I play against Uzi, my counter, which is how much CS I've missed, is exactly how much CS I'm behind for the entire game. If I've missed 5 CS, I'm behind CS the entire game because Uzi just doesn't miss.
Oh shit.
Nope.
If
Blabber had ulti, that would have been alright.
Yeah,
but...
that was super optimistic.
And now that's a free drag for not a free one, but it's definitely a really easy drag for TL. I guess
I mean, Gnar loses a lot here.
He does, yeah.
Like you were saying, that gank of Gnar has TP is pretty troll, but
yeah,
in this case, pretty high value.
Actually, yeah, that's really high value. He runs back to lane and his wave is pushing out. He has no flash too. Kind of expect Perkz, somebody who's seems pretty aware. Oh, Blabber might die here. Oh, I thought Jensen was gonna ult him. Maybe they lose that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's really weird. That definitely looked like Blabber was dead there.
Yeah, he didn't have E, right? So if he gets Ori ulted, then he'll get Skarner pulled right after.
Yeah.
Close. Bot lane is also stabilized a lot more than I thought it would. It looked like they were absolutely shitting on bot lane early, and then all of a sudden it's just only 7 CS, 8 CS difference.
Would you expect the lane to go that way, or would you think Caitlyn would get a bigger advantage?
I think Caitlyn should get a bigger advantage. Although, I'm not one of those defeatists that is like, oh, because I didn't shit on lane hard enough. Trap. Nice. Very good. Love to see that. Oh no, that's a 2v2 kill maybe. Great exhaust by Vulcan, man. No wonder this guy goes exhaust. He lives with 1 HP every time.
Pretty surprised Tactical shot his ult into that. Should have at least waited for the exhaust to end, and then he would have.
Yeah,
like,
he might have had a chance to get the trade kill or like the random kill at the end.
Yeah, I mean, you could even just do like a flash auto R on Thresh. Like, You could probably get Thresh to flinch and just flash out before you even do it.
The way I
case.
kind of see the Caitlyn lanes going is like you get an HP advantage early, and you never let them recover their health. Like you keep them at half, you're at full the entire time. But what keeps happening, I see, is like they go for a trade and then Vulcan takes half his HP, and then it feels like, oh, I can't keep playing aggressive because we might actually die.
It does seem like one of the downsides of the Exhaust Guardian Thresh is if I'm playing against that, if I'm Tristana Rel, I think I would feel a lot less pressured against that kind of shit than like Aftershock Ignite Thresh.
Yeah.
Because if you go Aftershock Ignite Thresh, there's a good chance you just die when you try going on him. But as it stands now, like you can pretty freely all-in Thresh without really risking much.
Does Exhaust even actually have value this game? The only one who will ever jump in is going to be Tactical. Exhaust doesn't affect Gnar, doesn't affect Ori. Those champs are going to do exactly what they do, so not a great high-value Exhaust game either. Kind of makes more sense when, like, I don't know, you're playing against, like, a squishy diving champion. I don't even know if those are meta. Oh! What the hell, Perkz? What the hell, Perkz? I think their inexperience is showing. Not only did he rush QSS this game, he just did that.
Yeah, that was something.
Also, Jensen had Flash, so I don't even know what universe that was good.
Where was he trying to push him?
Back to Europe? Shuffle him back to Incarnation? This is great. If they can make this dive work, C9 can get back into the game. Although it seems really low percentage. Vulcan needs to hook Tactical into... Nope. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh.
Wait.
Blabber.
Wait. Ult Blabber. Ult. Oh, he doesn't have it.
He did it.
He already did it.
He did a really weird combo. Yeah, he like...
That was bizarre.
He did a super weird ulti. I think he was like trying to catch him off guard by like doing it during his other animations or something, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, that was...
Somehow, miraculously, this is still really good for C9. How much their bot lane, how much TL's bot lane just end up losing there. Really...
Yeah, that's like...
insane. TL has double TP coming up, so I don't think they can keep the pressure going like this. But wow, they are really getting fucked bot lane.
One thing that I would say is going to make this game hard for C9 is that like they don't actually have much like hard lockdown. They've got Thresh, which is good CC, but like a lot of their champs I feel like benefit off having more CC on the team. Like Gangplank obviously wants set up for his barrels, Thresh can chain off CC, but they don't really have that like first person who's just going to start the combo. Like they don't have the Alistair, the...
I mean, Rel is another great example. I think Skarner is definitely that champion that just walks in and baits cooldowns and then lets the rest of the team play more freely. That's always one thing I look at too. It's like there's certain CC that is not... It's follow-up. It's not actual CC. Like I don't think Thresh Hook is actual CC as the game goes later and later. But Thresh Hook, it can be like crazy CC if he's like spamming 50% CDR hooks from the backline. As long as like there's someone else in front of him, I guess. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, like you can occasionally get the pick out of stealth, or not stealth, but like from the bush.
Wow, what a beautiful hook by Vulcan.
That was a really nice hook.
And a nice CP. Oh.
Can C9 punish
Alphari
this? This is just a full 5v5.
Yeah,
Alphari has flash.
Dead. Oh, but he gets so much damage off right before he dies. Holy shit. I think what I just saw there was...
This has got to be Blabber's worst Gragas game he's ever had. He's very good in the champ, but this game he's looking a little boosted. Yeah,
he's kind of boosted. The funny thing that I see bot lane is like Tactical is down like 20-something CS and like 3 plates, but he managed to complete his like core item first, so he just like jumps in 1v1 and wins it. Normally Caitlyn should be fine in that situation, but like, yeah, somehow he just
probably
didn't
mostly
buy.
From the first blood, right?
Yeah, and I think partly it's just like Sven probably just doesn't have enough money yet to finish, because he bought tier 2 boots.
What a hook.
I know, that was crazy, man. Sven was fucking doomed there. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was nice. And then just unlucky TP from Alphari. This whole sequence is kind of how I imagine a game between two good teams going, right? It's like no one really played horribly there, right? Like it ended up with Alphari just TPing in a little bit too aggressive of a position, but it's hard to say like, you know, that was obviously bad.
I think Alphari was the one who misplayed the most since he had flash and he TP'd in that weird spot. He could just insta flash back over the wall. But I agree with you, like this is how I imagine great teams to play. It's like a game of inches. It's so close. They're both looking for the same thing at all times, because there is like a point of the map that matters the most for both teams at all times. For both of them, it's bot lane, so there's just a million fights happening around there.
Yeah, and even there, like the way it started was just like, you know, Sven was going for a ward, Tactical found a good angle to jump on him,
yeah,
and then Vulcan hit a really good hook. Everybody comes in. even though I think Perkz' build with QSS isn't great, I think Jensen's build, I'm really not a fan of seeing Ori's build like this. Cooldown boots on Ori is kind of troll in my opinion. I think you lose so much of your one-shot threat, and part of what makes Ori strong is like, you know, once you have your Mythic and Sorks, you can almost always threaten a backline to either kill them or get them really fucking low.
Exactly.
Whereas when you have the cooldown boot and the Verdant, you're lacking that damage. Like, the threat is way smaller when you build this way. So TL, they might actually have some damage problems in mid game. TL is getting good objective control this game. Like, that's second Herald.
Yeah, that always seems to be Azir's biggest weakness. Even though he wins lane, he's not actually better than a lot of mages like Syndra and Ori in those fights. When the enemy team like starts the objective, it's like, man, fuck, if Syndra stuns me, I'm dead. If Ori just like walks up, puts the ball up, I'm dead. But like Azir doesn't have the same damage early.
It seems like Azir starts being able to contest objectives really well once the tier 1 mid falls, and he can like make his tower, you know, the wave before, then you just kind of walk over. Like, you don't have a good route to get to the fight, because you can't go through mid. You have to walk through those horrible chokes against Azir, where he can get like the massive scoops, or even just his soldiers take up like the entire choke.
I think Azir just literally has to be there first. His team has to start it, and then it's like, fuck, am I gonna just like walk into his soldiers? It's kind of hard. Just doesn't seem like C9 is ever in position to do that kind of stuff first.
Yeah, as far as tempo goes, I imagine Nars beating GP still. Part of what sucks about playing like Gragas into some of these meta junglers is you just farm so much slower than them. So you basically have to make a choice. Like, am I just going to continually fall behind? Because like, you know, coming out of base, say all your camps are up, right? Skarner is going to go like, all right, I'm going to clear from top side down, then contest Dragon. Gragas is like, well, if I do the same thing, I'm just like 20 seconds later than him to the actual setup. Usually what you end up doing is you just skip camps, and then, you know, the more you do that, weaker you get unless your plays are working. So
yeah, I mean, it's a nightmare when you do that and nothing happens. I think Blabber was very fortunate that one time when he went top and he kind of like flashed in, got the chunk. His top laner cashed out huge, and then the same thing bot where he sat in that bush for probably like 30-40 seconds, and I think Sven was able to cash out pretty hard on the turret. Kudos to him for finding good times to like just camp a lane, make it worth it for him.
Yeah, dude, Blabber's gank timings are so fucking good. Like, I don't know how he does it. Playing against this guy is impossible. Most junglers, I have like an idea of what they're gonna do. Yeah. And then, you know, they either do that, which is a good play, or they do something stupid, and you punish. With Blabber, it's like, it's so fucking hard to read the guy. He's just always doing.
Look at this. Look at the TP from Alfari. He's still mega. Oh my god, Santorin got caught way too fast. Oh, Jesus. Good flash by Sven. Good flash by Sven. Alfari has flash too. He fails a flash again? No way!
He tried flashing the fat part. You gotta flash up a little bit there.
Yeah, and Santorin makes really insane mistake. He just had to wait. He just can't go in so fast.
Yeah, that was a good fight by C9. Jeff, definitely pretty big mistake by Liquid there. Something that I always feel like is a huge weakness for this Skarner build, which honestly might contribute to his low win rate, is the fact that, like, if you look, he has 0 tenacity. Like, they rush cooldown boots, they don't have precision, and they don't have unflinching. You actually just eat full-length CCs. So, like, I don't understand the build, because even if you flash grab somebody, you're going to get CC'd. Like, you don't pull them anywhere.
Yeah, so sure.
I think it's probably not a very good build. I think running secondary precision or getting Merc Shreds would help a lot more. Look at this, he just gets killed.
He just walks up and just gets one-tapped. And the ball was 1 millisecond from shielding him from death there. That's actually so unlucky.
I mean, if he had any tenacity whatsoever, he doesn't die there.
Looking at that again, if Alfari even did his flash successfully, he would die there every single time. There was 2 people waiting for him to flash over the wall.
It's definitely in a good spot for C9 at this point. Caitlyn really actually goes second item rapid fire.
Okay. I like it when you have a lot of threats. Caitlyn doesn't need to kill someone super fast. All he needs to do is put out enough damage so that the rest of his teammates can also do damage. I like it, actually. Even Blabber right now, his full combo, it's not bad. It's like half someone's health.
Yeah, for sure.
Respect it. There's 4 threats on TL. Or sorry, there's 4 threats on C9, but there's only 3 for TL.
Yeah, I am interested to see how Blabber continues this build, because like his only real good target is tactical, which I guess he can just aim for tactical every fight, but everybody else is fairly tanky.
Do you like that Blabber went QSS this game?
I don't love it, but like I can understand it, because it does let him play more aggressively. Like he's got a huge target on his head if he doesn't have it, but it is like,
I think an alternative would just be Zhonya's and kind of pray that if you do get Skarner ulted, you don't die within that like 1.5 seconds, and then you can just get your combo off in Zhonya's. I know that is riskier though, but it's like higher payoff than buying QSS.
Yeah, I think he may be okay without it, but it is a little risky. Like I've played this matchup before as Gragas, and like it feels pretty fucking bad to just like you're this melee range champion that's completely squishy,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so it is pretty likely you just die if you get ulted.
I think the funny thing is, like, in my mind, Skarner is supposed to be the tankier of the two, but it just feels like there's more kill threat on Skarner than there is on Gragas this game. Skarner dies the second he gets hit by a hook or a Gragas combo. I can't say the same. Holy shit! What the fuck was Tactical thinking there? He walked into enemy wraiths and started farming them when he had
What the
literally
hell?
zero vision. I'm like mind blown. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
I mean that combo by C9 was pretty fucking
It looked cool.
impressive. Not gonna lie, like I don't think many teams kill you there for doing
Yeah.
what Tactical did, but that
Yeah,
was
that's
fucking
true.
nasty.
The barrel combo, GP ulti, everything actually hit. And see, I think this is a game where Tactical should also have just thought about going rapid fire. How is he going to ever proc his fucking PD, man? Rapid fire is like you said, it is now it's not even like contestable in an ARAM or in a standoff, in a street fight. It's just Sven walking up every 5 seconds, getting a hit for free. Tactical has his thumb up his asshole, waiting to like for his team to go all in, and I hate that.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically
Feeling
just
is
waiting
bad.
for Skarner to grab somebody, but the only target that's grabbable is Thresh now. They've got GP plus 3 QSSs.
Yeah, Thresh is never gonna be in range for that unless Blabber or unless Vulcan messes up.
I don't know, it just looks weird. It feels like given C9's champions and the fact they all have QSSs, they should be weaker, but it doesn't really seem like it's the case.
Part of it is definitely Santorin's build. If he has enough tenacity, he can take CC without dying, and then he can get his stuff off. As it is right now, I think if Santorin gets hit by anything, he dies without getting a single ability off. So it totally changes the dynamic of like the front to back.
I think what they take in inspiration is like, I know he has Hex Flash this game and probably Approach Velocity, but I think that shit's kind of
Yo,
troll.
Sven,
Like,
walk up, man. What are you doing? He's just rapid fire cannon this whole time. He didn't get a single auto off. Okay.
This is weird. They're just giving their mid turret
Okay.
for Dragon.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I think it's
Yeah, I mean, I think the
It's-
fact that you're Azir kind
Yeah.
of makes it like not as bad as some other cases.
Yeah. But man, like, Caitlyn's dream is the enemy team is all group mid and you have rapid fire cannon and you just take pot shots for days. I think Sven just not super comfortable yet.
I mean, that is what you were saying. Like, he's never really been a big Caitlyn player. He might just not see the angle there, like not recognize what he could be doing.
Yeah, it's still fine though. If that happens 4 times in a row, C9 gives a tower, they get drag. I mean, that only needs to happen 2 more times, right, before Soul, but like, if that happens 4 times in a row, I'm usually not mad as the guy who got the drag. It only sucks to do that when it's like earlier in the game and like that gold lead might actually turn into something huge.
And I guess like looking at scaling, I don't think C9's feeling too bad. Like they probably don't feel rushed. Like they have to take a fight here because you know they've got Azir, GP, like they've got a lot of scaling. Again though, C9 kind of like 100 Thieves, they don't have a real front line, and that honestly might contribute to why they feel like they need more QSS purchases. Just because like honestly, Blabber's gonna be one of the first people into Fog every time, right?
He kind of has
So
to be.
I think given that information, it probably is the right play to get QSS because I think it's just too hard to actually like ever get vision.
Yeah.
You just
Oh my
it limits
God.
where you can walk so hardcore.
Perkz might actually die here. Afari has flash. He has a puts down the turret.
Uh-oh. I've seen Phoenix do this before.
Oh, not now though. Damn, that was
Not
a
this
650
time.
shutdown.
pretty
Oh,
big.
Vulcan actually is in range, but Santorin trading his flash to kill the support. They have to make something more. It can't just be 1 kill. It has to be more.
I think you go Baron here.
They
got
have
two
to
dead.
they have to look for the finish or they have to look to turn. But Santorin no flash, so he's basically.
I think you just finish. I think you just legit yellow Baron in their face. It
and
is
have
risky.
Tristana be the peel for smite
Yeah,
fight.
Trish just push. Yeah, that's actually smart. Trish just pushes him out. It's so awkward doing this against GP.
Yeah,
Gragas is
GP
really
is one
good
of the
at
best
stealing, too.
champions, and Caitlyn as well is literally so happy here. 5 traps, come on, put him down, more.
Yeah. TLG needs to commit to the Baron. I think Tactical's pussyfooting way too hard. Like, wow, they're really
Same
trying to
with
turn here? You can't turn.
Oh, maybe they
unless-
can.
I guess if you,
Oh
can,
my
if you do that, you
God.
can.
Sven, flash! Oh no, too late. Oh, not too late. Woo! Okay, I think they got
Oh, so that
away with
actually went
something
well for-
crazy there. They did
Yeah.
get more, obviously. They got 1 more kill off of it, but
They also got flashes from GP Kate, which can be pretty important. Skarner's going to have a period where he has flash when they don't. It's pretty big.
great play by Alfari.
This was really nice play by Alfari, though. Holy shit.
Yeah, very good. I don't know if Zen didn't have more traps. Maybe he he used them elsewhere and they were on cooldown. But at level 13, you have 5 traps. You can just put a wall, right? So I don't think normally the TL should be able to just like run down the river like that. He can just put a wall of traps Might not have had him though.
Interesting build by Blabber. He just went Void Staff here.
Big
Honestly,
damage.
not bad. Like, I don't think it's bad. It looks funky. Like, he doesn't even
Yeah.
have boots. He has a QSS, but as far if he just wants to kill people, that's definitely going to be the most damage
Yeah.
he can get for that amount of gold.
I mean, one thing I kind of like thought about, I learned from WoW Arena way back in the day was like, if everyone on your team can do 20% of someone's HP, that's always enough to kill someone in a CC. So it's like if Blabber, let's say he can contribute like 30-40% of someone's HP, as long as you can kill them before they get an ability off, that is the right amount of damage to have.
That's true.
I hope that Blabber goes Zhonya's eventually. It has a lot of value. First off, to react to Nar's ulti, and then also it has a ton of value against Tristana. A lot of her damage is in her E, so.
I think C9 here actually should just not fuck with this dragon. I think they should, if TL takes this position, I think they should just like, push
Baron.
down mid and walk the Baron.
Yep.
Maybe they're not even going to push down mid.
Once again, like, I think C9's comp, it demands that they are somewhere first. It demands that, like, Azir is soldiers up, traps down, and that they have the enemy team walk into them. If they walk into, it's whoever walks into the other is at a huge disadvantage.
One awkward part for C9 though is they don't actually have someone to tank Baron.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna take significant damage if they attempt it. Blabber. All right, cheeky little chunk on core.
Cheeky. Little damage test right there. He can 40% core. Not great, but not horrible.
Holy shit,
Oh
Perkz.
wow, Perkz is so risky.
I know, he doesn't give a fuck.
If you're a C9 fan, you either love it or you hate it, you know, because it gives you a heart attack every time you see him play, but it's exciting.
Oh, it's fun.
For example, right there, if Blue Trinket hits Perkz and Jensen flashes the wall and kills him, they get Baron. And it's like, these like little moments could change everything. Like the pressure that Perkz got from pushing deep might win C9 the game, and him getting caught there might have lost him the game. And it's like, I can't tell if it's genius or terrible.
If teams start expecting that you're gonna do that, it's not going to be very good. If you know Perkz is up there, you're like, I bet you this guy's going to fucking grab the wave.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, Blabber. Ooh.
Nice little E-Proto belt out of there.
Rocket belt out, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Rocket Belt. Who the fuck calls it that, though? Horrible name.
The item is just... I miss Proto Belt, man. The item was actually sweet. Rocket Belt's just trash. Yeah. Man, it's actually so awkward for C9 that they don't have somebody who can tank Baron.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like Blabber might just want to pick up Tabby here to tank Baron.
Knowing him, he's definitely trying to buy Sork shoes, but he'll. I kind of agree. I don't even know if Tabby's gonna be the difference maker though for whether or not they should start it.
Yeah.
I think they should almost always be okay to start it if Santorin has no flash. He'll never be able to get in against Azir and Caitlyn. So if he has no flash, I would like to see C9 take an opportunity to just burst it. It's probably not gonna happen.
I think even just starting it to like bait them into you, right? Because when you're playing a comp like Kate Azir, you have insane zone control, but the issue becomes like, how do you actually get them into your zone? Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, for sure. Oh wow.
Wow, that's actually pretty.
That's
big
a lot of information for TL. They might actually just try to do something while Blabber's looking to recall. Maybe not.
Okay, went cooldown boots.
Okay, well we were both wrong. I'm not sure if cooldown boots is very good at this point in the game, but it's fine.
Seems okay. Probably the case. He had like 700 gold when he backed. He's like, fuck it, pink ward, cooldown boots. It is really hard for C9's comp. Like they don't have much hard CC or frontline.
Yeah.
Which is always going to make team fighting way more awkward.
Yeah.
But so far, I mean, they've been navigating it fairly well. I think it's hard though. Like C9's comp's definitely not easy to pull off.
We talked a lot about Azir and Caitlyn being the people who want to set up first. GP is literally the textbook example of a champion that it is impossible to walk into him, but he sucks to walk into the enemy team as well. So their comp is like at least very cohesive. Yeah, oh wow, I think TL is gonna. Oh, they're gonna go for Baron while the enemy team's controlling Drag. I love it.
I think TL YOLO hits Baron like this more than any team.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Oh, I think Fudge wins that every time. I'd be really surprised if he doesn't. Oh, core, no flash. They're gonna sacrifice his life. I don't think it's worth it. It's still a 50-50 for Blabber. Still 50-50 for Blabber.
Is so good at
oh no, he doesn't go for it.
What? Maybe he didn't have spells?
Did he fail his flash? Why is his flash down?
I don't know.
I'm actually a little bit confused. I think this is an easy collapse by C9. Easy.
Yeah.
Oh, Sven, 1 HP?
Doing no damage.
Oh no,
Oh, Vulcan went too far in.
Yeah, and Fudge actually
killed Fudge.
Oh my god, Perkz gets the whole top.
Holy shit.
This is absolutely crazy. Yo, Sven is dead, by the way.
Yeah,
Sven is fucking toast, and this is soul for TL.
Alfari actually wins the 1v1 with Fudge bottom, and when his TP swings the fight.
Jesus, you hate to see it, man.
Alfari's so good, dude. He did this starting from 0-2-0.
That's a game-winning solo kill. I hope they show it later. If he
Yeah, I
loses
wanna see
that
what
and
happened to
GP's the one that
Blabber.
TP's in, oh my god. Yeah, I want to see too.
Yeah.
How did his flash
He
get
was
blown?
in position. Like, it's a nightmare to be Skarner in that situation. Like, you can't stop Gragas from stealing. His QR burst is like 1k in just those 2 spells. All right, observers, come on. You got to show us something.
Nope, you're going to see us taking TL PvE on Baron.
What if we could just see the huge fight that happened?
We don't need to show this. No way, they got it?
Holy
shit, dude.
All right, here's the replay. Let's see. So Blabber doesn't have flash. He used it before.
He uses it before. He doesn't go for the steal. He must have no vision. And they didn't show the 1v1.
I mean, his Q will give him vision, so he definitely saw it. It must have been like his flash and E were down.
Yeah,
somehow.
must be.
I don't know how, but
must be. My god, Perkz hero
Tactical
play right
actually
here.
played this well. He fucked Sven right there.
Yeah, it was a great turn from the bush.
When he got shuffled in, that wasn't great, but yeah.
I think when Tactical got into the bush, just
Mm-hmm.
don't even think of him as a target. You know, just kind of play that slow. You don't want him to get the first hit off.
Don't go near the bush.
Yeah.
Wait for him to come
Simply
out.
put. Man,
Why are they not going to show that solo kill? That
don't know.
RGP duel is like
that was the game winner.
that's such a high skill duel. I feel like at this point
Yeah.
in the game, like
Dodging so many skill shots to dodge. Like, who can hit the barrel timing better?
yeah, I don't think that's a one-sided duel by any means. I feel like
I just thought
extremely
when
high skill.
Alfari blowing Perkz flash. That's absolutely huge. Now Perkz needs to be pretty scared.
C9 just has no punish. Like Alfari can do that with 0 tenacity and just C9's comp definitely struggling in team fights a bit.
I think.
I guess Alfari also had soul, so like when he ults, he gets a huge move speed to get out.
Yeah, he is very fast, and just the flat 10% move speed on everyone is what, like 40 move speed, just across the
I mean it's a
board.
lot. 10%'s huge amount. Of
10% is like a game-changing amount of move speed, honestly.
Yeah, I think Cloud Soul is underrated. Like a lot of people consider it the worst, but I think it's better than Ocean for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine to have other opinions. Like I can see other perspectives.
Oh no,
but that's
sorry,
just how it seems to me.
I didn't mean to sigh because I disagreed. Yeah, fuck you, Meteos. Suck a dick, dude.
He just doesn't get it. Fucking
just
stupid
doesn't
Meteos.
I actually agree with you that Cloud is super underrated. The ulti cooldown reduction is also ridiculously strong. Oh, Perkz is dead.
Oh.
Perkz is dead.
Yep. Oh.
Oh, still dead. Still dead.
Guardian. Oh, why was the lantern so late?
I don't know, man. I don't think it matters though. That was a
You
fat
think-
one.
I think maybe Guardian Lantern Locket's enough.
Uh-oh, Sven got
Wait,
caught by Ori
Sven?
ulti. Uh-oh. They didn't show it. They were just watching top push down. Wow.
Observer's just not interested in solo kills.
It's...
Yeah, that's game.
TL is just a little bit cleaner at playing this style. Ooh, the hook! Tactical? Tactical lives!
Tactical?
My god, it's not enough, man. And Alfari hits a 3-man. Goodbye.
Yeah. Yeah,
Dang.
honestly, C9's actual like team fighting I think was really hard. I think they didn't play bad given what they had. Like I think they trolled a little bit.
This is
Like I
just...
think the fact that TL was able to get the first 2 dragons with having like, you know, up against a Caitlyn
Yeah,
is probably not what's supposed to happen.
definitely not. Definitely not. You're playing Caitlyn. You need to force enemy AD carry to base when your jungler's coming to your lane. That way you just get that free drag. Clean
Yeah.
sweep. That just didn't
The-
happen.
The first one was a result of the top gank, which,
Mhm.
you know, you could definitely be like, why did Blabber go for that?
That's true. The first one was the top gank. I can see it. Usually, I'll say 2 things. First, when you play Caitlyn, you probably should be able to stack drags early. But also, when you have GP, some of the highest value GP ultis you can get is like ulting bot in an all-in and just absolutely fucking their bot lane, either killing them, getting the 1 HP in base when you want them to. It's such a huge swing. I mean, this global is just floating for the whole early game, and I don't think I saw GP ulti used to swing a bot 2v2 all game, and that really sucks.
Yeah.
I think a lot of missed opportunities by C9.
Yeah, I'm actually rewatching this sequence when Blabber went for the top gank. It does seem pretty like not worth it. It feels like one of those things that it would work at 6 because basically like TL knew he was up there because he was getting the crab, and then it was a case of, like Alfari used his E, his TP is down, so like this gank will kind of be rough for Alfari, but I think the fact that you have to give up Dragon for this makes it too high cost.
Another thing I want them to look at is not even how they played the draft, but just the draft itself. The thing that I'm noticing across this and the last game is people are picking Azir with absolutely no form of frontline or hard CC. I mean, this game, the frontline is Gragas, who's going AP. Last game, 100 Thieves picks Azir with barely any frontline, barely any CC. It's like when your jungler is like Lilia or Gragas and your support is Thresh, I don't think Azir is like the right mage mid to pick. I think you should pick something that has its own setup, its own stun like Ori or Syndra, and is like a burst damage champion that doesn't need to be hitting for 5 seconds to like be useful. And yeah, I'm just the only play I saw Perkz make basically all game was a couple shuffles, one int and like 3 good shuffles, but like I don't think that's why you pick Azir. I think you pick him for high DPS and a great front to back. I think people are like mispicking him, I guess, and thinking that he's strong in all situations when he's really not.
I'm looking at the draft too, and it is weird to think of because like I can see what C9's going for with their draft. I feel like the way they win with this draft is just like relentlessly playing through bot side. I think the fact that Blabber went top probably lost them a lot more than it should have, because that I think that's probably part of how TL's bot lane is able to stabilize, because you know obviously like if your jungler is showing top lane and their jungler is not showing, and you know he's level 6 Skarner bot, you probably don't want to be soaking that gank. Like you're going to lose a shit ton if they go for it, right? So you have to just like give up the pressure, give up the dragon. I think that definitely made it hard for C9, because now all of a sudden, like, well, I don't think their game plan is perfect. It does kind of work. Like, you know, you have GP ult for bottom, because they also used GP ult on the Gnar when they went for that gank.
They used 2 tools for bot lane, or that could have been used for bot lane. Gragas, pressure, and GP ulti. I mean, I look at the 8-minute board setup that happened from that, where the enemy team gets dragon as 3 pinks in river, and it's like, that's how Caitlyn wants her team to play. You want 3 pinks in river, and you want to just absolutely hump the enemy AD carry at their turret, and when he bases, you get something for free. You either get plates, you get more vision, you get drag. It just never happened, really. I mean, it actually, later, I guess, when Blabber was just camping the bush, it did happen. Yeah,
it's
too late, though. Much too late.
It is interesting, because a lot of times I like watching Blabber's play just to like go through his decision-making tree. So like at 6 minutes he bases after clearing from bottom to top, and it's really interesting because like I feel like normally like most natural play is just going bottom side here, because you know your bottom side camps are going to spawn first. There's not really anything to do top side.
He wants the crab.
Yeah, he wants the crab for sure.
The
but I wonder if it's also like cover for Fudge, because Fudge is in like a bit of a bad lane state. I don't think it's necessary though, because he's GP. Like at worst, he's just gonna like barrel ult the wave. So it does seem like he prioritized crab here, because what I was thinking could also have happened is like say he comes out a base to bottom side here, and like he takes his Krugs, and which I don't think it would get him level 6, but maybe you can even look for like something bot lane, whether it's a gank, whether it's like setting up control, and then you can invade Skarner on his bottom side with your Thresh. Something like that.
So many,
I don't know.
So many like what ifs. Like what if Vulcan went Ignite Aftershock and their laning phase was much stronger? And what if the pathing was different? It's just it's a close game. I like when I see games like this, because it really felt like a battle of like 2 good teams.
Exactly, yeah.
Could have went either way. I mean, in the end, the whole entire game was swung off of a 1v1 from the top laners. So I mean,
which they still didn't
show it. Are you serious?
So
yeah, I gotta fucking. Oh, they're interviewing Core. I'm gonna play this interview.
Close your eyes, seek paradise. Won't change your mind. Can't shake the